What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video on the second channel. Today I'm wearing Chesterfield's 24-25 away shirt, which is definitely one of the most interesting shirts that have been announced by Chesterfield throughout the last few years. And on the topic of kits, I recently found out that every League One home kit has been released. So today I'm going to rank them from worst to best in the best way I possibly can. Note to all the other 23 teams in this division, if I do offend you, I don't mean to. To one club in particular though, I do. And that club is Mansfield, who go straight into 24th. This is by far the worst kit in this list. Self-explanatory. Who on earth actually, like, joking aside, who actually likes the combination of yellow and blue? It's just disgusting. In 23rd we have Port Vale, basically bottom of the list. I get what they've tried to do, it's retro, but it just doesn't look good. In my opinion, don't come at me, Port Vale fans. Port Vale for me is, that traditional black, white and amber. And I know this is a retro shirt, but I'm not taking retro into account. I'm just looking at the shirt and rating it. In my opinion, this shirt looks awful. Coming in at 22nd, we have Stockport County with their home kit for next season. I mean, what were they thinking? Look at it, just looks absolutely hideous. I think central badges really do work on some football shirts, but in other football shirts they make them look absolutely hideous, and this is a pure example. And on the bottom, I just don't understand this football shirt. I don't think it looks good at all. Coming in at 21st, we have Leyton Orient. Now, when I first saw this shirt, I actually thought, oh, this is like a training top or something like that. But no, this is their home shirt. This is it. This is it. Just literally red fabric, little bit of black. For creativity, this gets a absolute 0. And that's why they're very low down, Leyton Orient, so I do apologise. At 20th, we have Reading. Now, I remember when this was released because everyone was going absolutely nuts about it. It doesn't look great, does it? I don't know why they've gone with all this patterns on the stripes is... yeah, questionable. I'm not a big fan of the shirt at all. I can see what Reading have tried to do, but it just doesn't look great, does it? And that's why they're so low down. Coming in at 19th, the most recently released shirt in this list is Northampton. Now, we're getting to the point now where we're just sort of seeing bang average shirts, and this is what I feel about Northampton. I like the little stripes and stuff, like sort of behind it, but other than that, it's just a bang average Northampton shirt, isn't it? You think of a Northampton shirt, you'd think of something like that. Coming in at 18th is very similar, Blackpool. I mean, 18th and 19th are pretty, it's the same shirt. Like, I don't know what more to say. Northampton and Blackpool's are virtually the same, but different colours, sponsors and badge. Prove me wrong. Like... in 17 we have Luton. Now, it's hit and miss, this one, and this one's a miss for me. I'm not a big fan of the hot orange. I remember when Luton were like orange, and that was them, orange was their colour. With this shirt as well, now I don't know if this is common in football shirts, but you can barely pick out a badge in it. I like a badge in a football shirt that stands out and you can see it from miles away and you can recognise who that is by the badge. This, I'd struggle to do that if I was stood 100 metres, well, anyone could 100 metres away, but you get the point. If you're on the end of a football ground, you're looking down the pitch and you see someone with that and you've never been, you don't know who's playing, you think, who's wearing that? Is that Luton? Is that Blackpool? Who is it? So I think for me, this one's the hot orange in the badge. In my opinion, I'm not a big fan of this shirt. Sorry to any Luton fans. Coming in at 16th, I believe, we have Peterborough. This is a different Peterborough shirt we've seen for the last few years. It looks like a fairly average collared blue shirt. I don't know what more to say. It's better than Luton's, I'd say that. And I think Peterborough definitely have not had the collar, I don't believe, for a few years now, and I think it really suits them. I like the collar, I like the badge, stands out, and I think it's a half decent shirt. Coming in at 15th, we have Stevenage's home shirt. Now, I don't mind this shirt. I quite like the the sleeves being red and then it mainly being white. It just looks like Stevenage, if you know what I mean. You want a shirt that you can look at and think, that is that club. And that's what I feel about the Stevenage shirt. It stands out as Stevenage Football Club, and that's why I like it. And, don't get me wrong, it has got a gigantic sponsor on it. But I do think this shirt looks nice, I will say. And yeah, that's why it's 15th for me. At 14th, we have Cardiff shirt. This isn't a bad Cardiff shirt, if I'm being honest. It's fairly average. I'm going to say average a lot as we get into the mid sort of region, but it is really, I like the stripes. They've gone with something different. The badge stands out, and I like that. I like that about the shirt. That's why it's 14th for me. In 13th, I've gone with Barnsley's home shirt. Now, yeah, again, this is like halfway there for me. It's better than last season's. Barnsley have had some tough kits throughout the last few seasons, so I think them being this high up this season will definitely be a compliment to them. I like the shirt. Oxen, I really quite like their shirts as well. Like the collar, like how vibrant the red is, and again, I think the badge does stand out on the shirt. A very classic Barnsley shirt, but they pulled it off really well, and I really do like the shirt. In 12th, so halfway, I've gone with Doncaster, another Oxen shirt. Badge stands out, and you look at that shirt and you think of Doncaster, don't you, with the red and white stripes. So I'm glad they've not messed around with it. For that reason, it's halfway there for me. It's, it's upper table. But yeah, this is a very good shirt by Doncaster. They don't seem to change much every year, which I like about Doncaster as well. So yeah, 11th now, and the third Oxen shirt in a row is Lincoln City. I love the black stripes in between each stripe. I think that's really quite like a tidy touch, but it's a really neat and vibrant Lincoln City shirt. The only slight disappointing thing is the badge, so it doesn't really stand out, but I'll let them off. In 10th, so we're getting into the upper half now, we've got Rotherham. Now they've gone with gold as it's their anniversary. Change of badge as well, and I don't mind this shirt. I quite like how they've done something different with the sleeves, how they've gone with you don't really see many kits now with that white sort of stripe on the side. I love the collar as well. I think it looks really neat, and for an anniversary shirt, I think this looks really good. Port Vale's, on the other hand, is an example, in my opinion, of a bad anniversary shirt. In 9th, we've gone with Huddersfield. Now, they've gone with gold this year. I think sometimes gold is an overkill on some kits. I think it's too much at times of the gold. This, not at all. This is a really good Castore shirt. I like how they've sort of changed the colour on the badge as well to make that look golden. I just think this looks really good for a Huddersfield shirt. They haven't had many good shirts, in my opinion, throughout the last few years, so take this, Huddersfield fans. In 8th, I've gone with a controversial one. Again, very hit or miss, but I really like this shirt. In 8th, I've gone with Burton Albion. Now, this is their anniversary shirt. They've also changed their badge as well as Rotherham, and I really like it. I do. I think the collar looks nice with a little bit of gold. I think the shirt, the gold, not the shirt. I think the badge, the golden badge on the shirt, on the black shirt stripe, looks really good, and I think it looks really neat and tidy. And I am a big fan of this shirt. I have to say. Again, this shirt is very hit or miss, but I do really like it. In 7th, I've gone with AFC Wimbledon. Now, the reason I put this in 7th is because of the texture of the shirt and the vibrant colours. Wimbledon's probably the only team in the EFL as well that I could like a blue and yellow shirt in. Now, don't get me wrong, don't like blue and yellow. I think it's a disgusting combination. But this is how you do blue and yellow. Majority blue, little bit yellow. Take into account, Mansfield fans, majority blue. Spara. In 6th, I've gone with Bolton Wanderers. Now, the green doesn't look great on this, but I just think it looks absolutely brilliant. All this design on the sleeves, the collar, the sides, I think looks really neat, and I think looks really good. I do. It's very different, but I like it. I really do. Macron is another one of my top shirt providers as well. They make some amazing shirts, so I think that's why they're up there for me. Bolton, you could say it looks black in parts, but I just think that wavy design of navy/black and red just looks really nice on the white, and I'm such a big fan of this shirt. In 5th, I've gone with another potentially controversial one, This one, maybe because they're too high in some eyes, but in my opinion, it's in the right place, and that is Exeter City in their home shirt for next season. Sometimes a football shirt can be so simple that it looks like a 10 out of 10, and I think that's what this is for me. I don't know what it is about it, but it's so clean, simple, and just, I can't get the words out on how I can describe this shirt, but I think the badge looks really powerful and vibrant with the shirt. The red and white stripe, you look at the shirt and think Exeter City, another example of that. And Adidas always provide good shirts, don't they? So I would say this is a valid fit for me, but let me know your opinions on this shirt and all the other shirts in the comment section down below. Again, another controversial one, but in fourth I've gone with Wigan Athletic. Now, I can see why some fans don't like this shirt, but I really like it. I do. I like it, and I like the fact they haven't messed up the badge and provider placement too much. They put it just under where the little diagonal bit is, and I think it looks really quite classy. Very different, but it's a good different, and I really like this Wigan shirt. Again, I think it's another retro one, but I think it just pulls off really well, and I really like this Wigan shirt. In third, another simple but really, really effective shirt is Wycombe Wanderers. I really like the little spiffles of colour, that opposite colour into that colour. You know what I mean. The light blue on the dark blue, the little dark blue on the light blue, etc, etc, is what I'm trying to say. I really like that touch. Hummel make really nice shirts as well. The badge looks vibrant, and I know that's controversial, but it does. I think it's so easy to make a Wycombe shirt because you just stick to the sort of quarters, don't you? But they've made this one look really quite nice, and I'm a big fan of this shirt. Sorry, the light's gone off. Into the top two now. These are my two favourite shirts of this season. If you haven't already guessed the clubs, you're about to find out. In second, I've gone with Plymouth Argyle. This is a beauty, in my opinion. The badge stands out. The little badges in the background that you can't really notice, but it's a very shiny, vibrant green colour, which really complements Plymouth Argyle. And I'm a really big fan of this shirt, and Plymouth have been known to make some really nice shirts throughout the last few years. I think it's another one of them, and I think Plymouth have done a really good job on this. I really do. But not as good as a job as the team in number one, and that is Bradford City. This shirt is gorgeous. I absolutely love it. Look at the shirt and think Bradford. The little stripes make it look so nice, and the classic sponsor, Bradford, Macron as well, make good kits. I'm not taking that into account, but I just love this shirt a lot, and I think this is one. Well, I obviously think this is the best, but I think for most people this is one of, or if not their favourite shirt as well. Let me know your thoughts on my list in the comments and what you think of this Bradford shirt, because I think it is one of the best, the best shirt in League One for next season. Thank you all ever so much for watching. The background will hopefully get a bit better as I've now just repainted that. Don't comment on the paint, please. Make sure to like and subscribe to this channel before heading over to the main channel, which is in my link tree, which is in the description. But for now, guys, I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day, guys. Bye bye.